Hey, fellow Webbies. This is Happy. I am hoping that I'm actually recording. I think I am, but it didn't give me the feedback. But anyway, so I want to let you guys know that to create the contact list, that video is already done. I created that video last week when I did the contact page. But just to show you again how to do it, I will. So I'm in the contact page that I created last week, and the last one that I created was John at SeaLife.com. So I'm just going to click inside of Design View, hit Return, and then I'm going to type another name. So I'll say Mary, because Mary works at our company too. So her email address is going to be mary at SeaLife.com. So as I showed you in class today, there are two ways that you can do this. You can either highlight the name Mary, and then you can go up to Insert, and then you'll go down to Email. As soon as there it is, and then email link. And then as soon as you hit email link, you'll see the email link dialog box will pop up. Under text, it has the email address and the email address that you're sending it to. So as I stated before, under text, you can actually just type email me or something like that. Supposedly, like let's just say you don't want your email address actually in there. You just want text and the text to go there. So you can put whatever you want in there. But I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to choose OK. And then what happens is where it has Mary, if you notice in our code, it shows that remember the A tag, and then the href attribute. Inside the attribute is where it's going to. So it says mail to, Mary at SeaLife.com. Of course, the closing quote, and then you close the tag. And then here is all the information that's visible, which is Mary at SeaLife.com. And then you close the link here as well. And then just from our video, the last video, we had it all in list, so that's why it's showing in list format. Also, another way you could do it, let's do another email link. So for this one, we'll say this is Tom, and then so his email address is going to be Tom at, yeah, I was right, Tom at SeaLife.com. And so for this one, let's say we don't feel like going all the way up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the email address. I'm going to copy it. This way I have it saved in my clipboard. Then I'm going to go down to the link panel, and I'm going to type MAILTO for mail to, and then I'll paste the email address in. So remember, it was Tom at SeaLife.com. Once I hit return, it's committed, and now I have Tom's email address added as well. So when we save this, I'm going to save it. I'm really going to save it for real this time. All right, and then I'm going to preview it just so we can see what happens. So I'll preview it in Chrome. Chrome will take its time, and it will open up as it has. Let me put it all in the window. It's a lot of things. But anyway, so I have all the email addresses. Notice they are complying with the codes that we put on here last week, or the CSS for the styles. But let's click on Tom at SeaLife.com, and what actually happens is the email editor will open up at the bottom. It's bouncing. You guys can't see it, but it is bouncing. I wish I could put that in view. But anyway, it's bouncing mail. So it'll open up, and it'll open up with the email address already in place, and for you to type all of the other information. So that's what it will do. And you guys will see it depending on how you have your set up. If you're on a Mac, automatically the mail icon or the mail that comes with the Mac shows up. Or if you have it programmed for Outlook, Outlook will open up. Or if you're on a PC, usually Outlook opens up automatically. So yep, there it is. Man, it was slow. So anyway, so here it is. And then over here in this window shows up the SeaLife. Let me minimize this one. Yep, Apple support's in there a lot because I called them a lot. Okay, so here's the email message that pops up, and see it says Tom at SeaLife.com, and then you know whoever emails you puts in their message and what have you, and says, hey, how are you doing? Something like that. All right, so that's how you do the email. Now the other thing that I want to show you is I talked to you guys about the W3C and how you can validate your HTML and your CSS. So I'm going to go to, I have a tab already open. So I'm going to go to new tab, and I'm just going to type because I want to validate the HTML and I want to validate the CSS. So I'm going to go to, I'm just going to type HTML oh my goodness, my computer's not happy. All right, I'm going to type HTML validator, and here it pops up. I'm going to click that so that Google will search for it for me. Sometime today it'll do it. All right, and the first one that pops up usually is the W3C markup validation service. That's the one that we want. We want to look for that w3.org. That's the good one, so let's go ahead and click that. Now when we get here, we have validate by URI. The one that we want is validate by file upload. It's the second tab. Click that. Then it's going to ask us to choose the file. So go to file, choose file. And what will happen is it'll populate and look through your files, and it'll try to decide what to open up. So I'm going to open up, mine is in this FCC folder, and it's in SeaLife. Let's see, I might want to grab, I have it set, so I'm going to choose check. It goes through, it checks it. Green is what you want. If it says this document was successfully checked by HTML5, that means we're good. The result right here that says passed is what we want to see. Warnings we're not worried about. What warnings are is HTML5 is still under review. It's still being created and added to. So they still have certain things that they'll give you warnings about. They'll validate, but just warnings about. So I'm not worried about warnings. I'm worried about seeing passed. Had this not passed, it would have told us information on where it did not pass the same way it did in class. And then I would go to my document and fix that. So what I want to see, what I want you to turn in is either a screenshot of just this page saying that yours is passed, and pretty much that's it. That's really all I need is that screenshot that says yours is passed. So all right, so that's how you validate your HTML. So now let's go ahead and see how to validate the CSS. I'm going to click on the back. Well, actually, no, I can just go back to Google, which is so slow. And now I'm going to type CSS validator, and it pops up. I'm going to Google search that. And now the first one, the one that says Jigsaw, I know it sounds weird, but the Jigsaw W3, which is what we want to see, .org. I'm going to click on that one. So I'm going to open that link, and once that link opens, it's going to be a similar to the HTML one, where I want to choose the file by upload, and I want to choose the file. So it's going to open up the same window. It remembers. I'm going to go for my CSS, try to open that, and here we go, slow. All right, now it tells me that my CSS is in there. I'm going to choose check, and then once I choose bold in there, but that particular font that I chose does not have a bold for it. So I need to change that. And then letter spacing 0 can be a length. You must put a unit number of 1 after. And I think I must have, let's see, in header H1. So I can go down here and I can look at my header, H1, and I can see what it's talking about, which it says font bold. So it's telling me that Helvetica, is not a font value style. Okay, so in my header H1, I don't have bold, but I have 200. So maybe in that case, it wants me to put bold in there instead of putting 200 in there. I can deal with that. And then for my other value, it's telling me my letter spacing and aside UL. Let's go down, see where it is. All right, it's telling me that aside UL, the font space, font spacing only 0 can be a length. You must put a unit number, okay. So let me see. I don't really have font spacing in this one, so I'm not quite sure what it wants me to do. But in any event, I want to see that you print this out. If it's telling you something and the error doesn't make sense, then just contact me and we'll try to figure it out. I'm probably going to figure this one out to see what it actually wants, because I don't have really either one of those things that it's giving me an error on. But because I'm a perfectionist, I'll have to figure it out, or to bug me. You guys know, forever. So anyway, those are the two things that I wanted to go over with you briefly in this video, and I'm going to check over everything else to see if there's anything else that I wanted to go over with you guys to help you guys with completing your test. If you guys have any questions or concerns, or need to see a video on something specific that I don't already have a video up for, let me know and I'll record another one for you guys. But in the meantime, in between time, have fun creating your site. This is supposed to be fun, something that represents you, your portfolio, somewhere to showcase all of your work. So take pride in it. Think about the colors that you want to choose. Think about the layouts that you want to choose. A site that I like a lot to look at for inspiration sometimes is Behance. And I go to this site and I'll show you what goes on with this one. It just has portfolios of other people's work. So I can choose like the web field. See how I'm under all creative fields? I can go down to web design and I can look at what other people have created. Now keep in mind, they're on that level. A lot of these are on the level 2 websites, and you guys aren't there yet. But you can still look at different things and look at like how different things are laid out and say, oh, you know, maybe I want this part in my site, or maybe I want that part in my site, or look at it just for design. You can keep your site simple and not make it so complex, but just put in different things. Like this one is a one-page site, so it just scrolls. He's got his home command, you know, all his pages is not in, you know, in English, but that's okay. It looks like a placeholder site, but maybe not. So then it has like information in there, and we can scroll down, and then it has you know, his page 2, but each page is pretty much the same, just with different information and content that's changing. So that's one. He's got this Club Life site right here, which looks pretty simple. It's just got like a nav bar here, a Club Life here, information here. So what this one has done, this would pretty much be the header area and body area, or content main and stuff like that of their main page. So on their main page, they don't have a lot of the other stuff. But then when you go to this page, you know, this probably could be like the header area, and then so forth and so on with this site. We got the image over here, and then their information in there. So it's pretty simple site. So just look through just for certain inspiration on different things that you'll want to maybe create. This Pixar site, I'm not even going to go through that because that'll probably be crazy. I'd probably like it, but it'll probably be crazy. This one right here, I kind of like this style as well. So here, this reminds me of WordPress type of sites, but better. So with this one, they have their header area up here. But, well, actually, they have the header area up here, and then they have the nav area here, and then the big picture with content, and then they have a lot of pictures, you know, the information. You can probably click on it and make it bigger. If you guys want to know how to do that, I can show you that too. As a matter of fact, that might be, if I write it down, that might be what I'll do, an additional video on linking to larger page. I had to write it down. All right. I might do one, I'm sorry, to larger image. I might do a video on that as well. But just look through. There's a lot on the site in web design and different things that you guys could possibly take for inspiration and for your website. So the main thing is research. Behance is one site. I'll also Google like awesome web designs, you know, and then see what comes up. There's also ideas that you type in, like for awesome web ideas, but you know, some of these are awesome in their eyes because of the fact that it's got information, not necessarily for design reasons. So make sure you're looking it up for what you want it for. But anyway, those are some ideas to help you guys get started. Also the W3C, remember anything, or WC3 schools for anything that you guys want to look up in there. They have a whole bunch of techniques and stuff that you can do. So just good luck. Have fun with it. Keep in touch with me. If you guys need to contact me, I'm always available. All right. And that being said, I'm going to end the video now. So see you guys next week or in the next video.